Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So I want to start this video out by saying that I love the new 3v3 and 1v1 in Overwatch. I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I heard that there were going to be more arena maps like Echo Point Antarctica, I was kind of worried that we'd get the same old 3v3 and 1v1 that we had before when Echo Point Antarctica was launched. The 3v3 was easily exploitable. You would just play Mei, Soldier and Roadhog every single round, and the 1v1 did have some good elements of like Genji versus Genji, but when you went up against the likes of Winston versus Winston, it was whoever could sap one another down quicker. Well, the new rule sets in the 3v3 and 1v1 kinda alleviate some of these problems and make the game mode incredibly fun and replayable. So much so that people have been asking for a competitive game mode in it, and us at Overwatch Central aren't necessarily keen.
Since the addition of 3v3 and 1v1 with the anniversary event, a few people have chimed in on the Blizzard forums to ask for a competitive mode in these game modes. To quote, they said, "We will consider creating a competitive version. I think it's still a little too early to tell if the mode is stable and balanced enough though to host a competitive version." Now, we actually really like the new 3v3 and 1v1 rule sets. We can go over why in a second, but ultimately we feel that Blizzard have fallen onto the perfect arcade game mode. The arcade was meant for the more casual games, the server browser, Capture the Rooster and that sort of stuff. All of these game modes don't have the casual replayability that 3v3 and 1v1 have, and making these game modes much more competitive we think might just ruin that feel.
When it comes to my own personal time playing Overwatch, at the moment I tend to just play competitive on a night with friends, one amongst many for example, and we've been playing this game for a year and a half, and obviously it feels completely different to back in the closed beta. Back then we would play quick play for hours in a big group, and the replayability of it was intense. Probably some of the best times that I've played Overwatch so far. The reason is because people were trying, but it was also still a casual atmosphere. It didn't really matter whether you won or lost, but people were still trying. But since the addition of competitive, quick play has devolved into a little bit of a mess, and it really lacks any form of coordination or communication. The reason why I wanted to bring this up now is, for me personally, 3v3 and 1v1 completely remind me of playing in the closed beta. It was this casual game mode where the whole team is still trying, but if you lose it doesn't matter, there's no SR or anything like that. I think Blizzard have been trying to replicate this casual game mode that quick play used to be, hence why we saw the birth of the arcade altogether. To have these games that don't really rely on quick play or competitive, and are just something a little bit different. I do genuinely feel that they've perfected the game mode to a point where these are still fun to play, and as I said at the start of the video, you don't have to have these Winston versus Winston 1v1s. The player has a choice to play 3 heroes out of a pool, so there is variety and choice there. However, it still forces you to play heroes that you don't usually play. Also, the new rule set for 3v3 also enables team synergy without abusing the Roadhog Soldier Mei comp. The new map variety is great, and ultimately I feel that a competitive version of the game mode would take away from that. For those saying, well, you can still play casual in the normal game mode and not play it competitively, we'll tell that to quick play. Quick play has suffered so much since competitive came out, and it would be a shame to see another game mode have the same thing happen to it. I know a lot of people who watch our videos are into the competitive aspect of Overwatch, but there are some people that just don't play competitive, that want to play these casual game modes and love Overwatch, that don't necessarily want to go into a much more competitive environment, especially with how vitriolic and toxic it can actually get. So I really disagree with the idea that every good game mode in Overwatch has to have a competitive mode, as well as there being major problems like matchmaking, the logistics of organising it, and going from there. I just don't really see the point compared to other people.
Now we want to give our opinions of the anniversary event as a whole. As we've gone over, we absolutely love the maps and the slight tweaks to these game modes. The maps are also incredible, and they just work so well with the game modes. Castillo is beautiful, the Black Forest map design makes for interesting encounters, and Necropolis just makes for a lot of interesting play as well. The levels give plenty of Easter eggs and hours of just fun gameplay. Even Echo Point Antarctica actually feels much more fun with the new game mode rule sets. The dancing modes are all great, but we would have liked to see more victory poses or highlight intros. It seemed that there are a lot of skins and emotes, but very little of everything else, which kind of is a shame. For an event that quickly followed Uprising, none of the anniversary feels rushed actually or lackluster, but I do believe that ultimately we need more cosmetics that are not attached to events or just playing Heroes of the Storm. The last set of normal skins we received were the Reinhardt Eichenwald ones almost a year ago, as they were just set to the default skins in the game and will never just disappear. So whilst the event was pretty great, it does highlight how the only new things we are getting cosmetic wise are attached to events.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Again, do let me know whether you would like to see a competitive arcade game mode of 3v3 and 1v1 within Overwatch. Let us know why as well in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, really does help out the channel. And until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.